I'm Blessing. I'm a custodian client from Brisbane. I started investing with custodian in 2022. I got an email for one of the workshops. I attended the first one and I bought the book and I took it from there. The online workshop and the book gave me a different perspective at looking at investment in rental, because I think prior to that, I was more keen on looking at a property saying, how can I spin it within a year or two? I started looking at it as, I can play the long game. It was hand in hand with what I wanted to achieve for my family. That peak COVID period, that's when I started looking at it from a different perspective to say, look, I can do all this investment on the stock market or on term deposit, but the interests are going down. What else can I look at, and what else can give me something that I can rely on and not have the stress of constantly looking at it? So we started saying, what can we look at that can sustain us through? And property was one of the things that some of my friends were doing, but they were doing it from the point of you buy, you hold for a year or two. That's what I was looking at until I went through the book. You always have that reservation to say, look, is this gonna work? Does it really work? Can I afford it without borrowing a lot? So that's the bit that I was so skeptical about. You need to make some sacrifices. You need to adjust yourself. You need to understand where you're going and why you're doing it for. I'm optimistic that whatever happens, interest rates or not, where I am is going to turn, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I see some of my friends who have grown up in here, just having that backup of their parents being able to support them when they need. And that's the same thing that I want to afford my kids, to say when they grow up, but they know their father or their parents have created a good base for them, to say if they want to continue with custodians, they can. The chat that I've been having with my 20-year-old boy is more around, you need to save and you need to get into your first home as quickly as possible so that you can get to the second, the third. He's got a friend who's actually bought one. That was a positive thing for me, to say he could see someone of his age owning something. It's been very simple. I think the first thing that gave me peace of mind, even if a builder falls, we'll get you another one, was the first thing for me to say, tick, I'm secure. And then the communication with the team. I think I've been dealing with people that have been giving me updates before I ask for them, and that has been good for me. Just being told the house is completed and I haven't put a lot of effort in it. I was talking to my wife the other day to say, look, the house is done. The pictures are there. It's looking beautiful. We haven't done trips for all the things that you do when you're building, and that's just amazing. Definitely. I've been speaking to some of my cousins around for them to consider it. Most of my friends talk about, from lack of experience, just financing and the fees, or when you're getting yourself set up, that stops them. I've been explaining to some of my friends that you actually need that, because if you're building, you need to be able to rely on people and get certain things set up, and those things are not cheap. For you to give yourself the peace of mind and to enjoy the ability of having your home built with little effort. I always think of, how do I want to live after 65 or 75, whichever year? Do I want to be pushed, or do I want to voluntarily stop working and enjoy my passions? If I tick my goals, I'm going around Australia. For the other people starting the journey, the key for me was just identifying my purpose, what I want to achieve, what I want to see myself doing, and understanding that I will have to do some sacrifices. If you're doing it with custodians, you get yourself with people in the industry who have got knowledge about how things go in the industry. So I'll be saying, look into it from a perspective of what you want to do in the future, not tomorrow. Property investments, you have to have a long-term game.